Hey, it's your girl Audrey Richardson with Loving Lead Like a Queen. Welcome back for another episode. I am so excited. I have my guest here, Monique. She is amazing. Hello, girl. Hello.
Hello,
Queen.
everyone. Woo! Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to do this episode with you and to have must work girl chat. We have an amazing time when we come together. So let me introduce you to Monique. If you are watching this episode or you listen to this episode, and she will take the introduction even further. But what I love about Monique is she is empowering women in networking, marketing, direct sales, and MLM industry. She also helps them, with their soul goals. She helps them with their sales income. She does all of that, but she really helps you with the healing. I did take one of her programs. I think it was last year or 2020 with the healing. Oh my gosh, the Healing Academy is amazing, amazing group of women. And so, Monique, kind of introduce yourself and kind of talk about um, the programs that you offer, and let's just kind of dive into it about the healing that you see that as women, high performance women, that we need
Right.
for ourselves.
Yeah. I was honored that you were involved in this last year and that you were open to it because, we talked a lot about this, that really so many people, especially entrepreneurs and especially women, like we are go-getters, we are doers, we get stuff done. And when we're in business, like we're juggling it all and we forget to focus on us first.
Mm-hmm.
And healing our wounds, and our wounds, can be anything from a traumatic experience that we had in life. It could be a limiting belief. It could be anything that's holding us back from like reaching that next level, or actually just fulfilling our life's purpose and what God has us here to do. Anything that's holding us back, whether it's fear, that's something inside of us that needs to be healed. We need to go back and find the root of where it is. And a lot of, especially entrepreneurs and especially women, we just push past those things and we're like, that happened in the past. It's got no bearing on what's happening right now. I'm an overcomer. It's done. It's in the past, whatever. And we
Mm-hmm.
push it down, we forget about it. And then we wonder why our business isn't moving forward, or we wonder why we are feeling stuck or burnt out or stalled, or why we feel out of balance. Like we can't, manage our household and our business at the same time. And it's all of these things that we're feeling when there's a root cause to it. And core wound healing was the method. It's a 6-step method that God gave to me in 2017 because I needed it, right? And I needed to understand that I need to heal those things inside in order for me to see the fruitfulness and abundance of life in every area, not just in my business, not just in my household, but everywhere, in my joy and my self-love and my confidence in every aspect. And so from that moment forward, I was like, every entrepreneur needs this. I mean, women especially, because we are, I believe, the energetic pillar of the household.
Yes.
And when we can own up and see like the wounds that we have to heal, it is so empowering. It is so freeing. It's that level of freedom that people seek. And once we have this tool, it's like, it's a game on from there. It's like you and God, a game on. Let's do this.
Absolutely, absolutely. I like that you said, we suppress things, we just kind of move on, from
Yep.
the past. And I actually do, I've always done that healing part and with my clients. And so
Yep.
when I met you and you was like, this is what I do, and I was like, okay, well, I'm coming on, because I do believe that no matter what you do in your business and who you help, you need someone to help you as well, right? And
1000%.
so that's what I like for you. It was like, hey, I was like, sure, let me come on in here and see and check out. And what I enjoyed was that the women were in there, that were encouraging everyone to, hey, and we were, congratulating everyone when they reached that breaking point, when
Yep.
they achieved whatever the goal was. And so it was amazing to just have that safe space
Yes.
outside of business, outside of our relationships. Sometimes we just think that the relationship is it. And
Right.
that's good, but you have to have a place that you can go with other women, no
Mhm.
judging,
That's
you know,
right.
we're removing the mask, the makeup, you know, and
Yep.
what I like, sometimes you be on live in your robe, right?
Yep.
We'll be in our robe, okay? Let's get these tears out in our robe. And you're
That's
like,
right.
hey, this is how I am. Like, I'm going to show up. This is who I am.
Yep.
And then when I finish, I'm going to put on my lipstick and my
That's
jewelry
right.
because I am a feminine woman that does business.
That's right.
I want to go there because I like, because we both have that feminine, strong feminine energy. We get it done, but we also use our masculine energy
That's
when
right.
we need to.
Mhm.
So let's talk about that. So when you're helping the women in the sales,
Yep.
MLM world, do you see where women are starting to shift and use their feminine energy more by working with you?
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, it's interesting because sales, especially sales, but the business world in general, but especially in sales capacity, is very masculine energy. Like sales is masculine.
Mhm.
Hustle, grind, do more, all of that is masculine energy. It's the doer energy of get it done, keep going. And that's what, and then I would come up to all these entrepreneurs, all these women who are business owners and very successful, some of them multimillionaires that I'm working with, and they are completely burnt out because they're just doing, going, and that masculine, get it done, hustle harder, more results mentality, right? Like
Mhm.
that energy. And then they wonder why their life feels so out of balance. And so right? So I introduced into especially the network marketing industry. I have a huge heart for MLM.
Mhm.
And because I was in it and I enjoy MLM products, I'm not in MLM sales at all anymore, but I mentor women in network marketing MLM because I mean, this is a whole other conversation, but I feel like MLM is a trap. And I love it,
Mhm.
but I also feel like it can be a trap for women because it's supposed to be a stepping stool into your purpose. And some women get caught up in the trap in there, but in that, they get caught up also in the trap of masculine energy of like, yes, I can do this. I can reach these goals. I can get to the top. I can, all the things that they want to achieve, that their ego is telling them they want to achieve. And what I do is teach them just to honor their feminine energy and let that come in. And what does feminine energy look and feel like? More so, what does it feel like than what does it look like?
Mhm.
Is surrender, right?
Yeah.
Is ease, it's flow. It's like, let's wait and see instead of push past everything and hurry up and hustle harder. It's taking that time to slow down and wait and see. And I like to equate, sometimes people need a visual, especially when we're conditioned as humans to stay in the hustle, in the grind. I mean, there's women are constantly posting, they've bought into it so much that they post the pink, pretty graphics, like hustle harder, grind more, like
Mhm.
with pink and flowers, right? Like that's not,
Mhm.
that's not right. But if someone needs a visual of what like the masculine and the feminine energy feels like, is when we think of God and think of his energy, it is powerful, it is strong, it is protective, it is going to get things done, it's going to show you the way. That is masculine energy, right? And then if you imagine Mother Earth, imagine the earth, the energy of the earth is creative. It's flowing waters all the time. It's gentle. The earth's energy is gentle and growing, and it feels like a different energy than
Mhm.
God energy, right? It's all
Mhm.
the same, but it feels different.
Right.
Imagine not having both of those in your business, like not having both energies, the soft and the hard, the fast and the slow. You need both to feel that balance, but also so that you're taking the next right step. Because when we stay in one energy, and you can go tip the scales on the other way too. Sometimes people are too much in the feminine and have no masculine and wonder why their business isn't moving forward. It's because they're not
Mhm.
doing the action. They're not using masculine energy. But
Mhm.
especially in network marketing, it's very heavy on the masculine, very, very light in the feminine. And the moment people get into my world in sales, and I bring in entrepreneurs in all realms, but I love MLM. The second they get in and they understand what I'm teaching, it's like the light bulb went off. And the crazy thing is, once they allow themselves to balance them out, allow the feminine in more than they have into their business and allow that balance to kind of ebb and flow, they start selling more, like instantly. They start selling more, they start recruiting more, like so much more abundance happens in their life because the scale has been balanced. It's not tipped heavy on one side of energy.
Absolutely. And, I'm sure you've had women say, I am feminine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when you have to say that, then clearly you're not. You don't have to say that you're feminine, right? Clearly you're using too much masculine energy. And a lot of people do, they get it, they're confused by it. They think that it's something that we get up and we put it on.
Right.
Take it off. And that's totally not it. I like that you did point that out. Because men and women have asked me that, like, how are you always in your, it's who you are. And it's a stillness even within you.
That's right.
No matter what's going on around you, there's a stillness in you. And it goes back to God, right? It goes back to who you are, right? Pull you back to who you are, not trying to be anyone else. And like you said, it's an ego thing. And I think that's what we see when we hear a lot of women saying, I'm a boss. I remember when entrepreneurship, it was not as popular as it is now. And you didn't hear women saying, I'm a boss.
No.
Like we just showed up. We just showed up in the meetings. We showed up in the, the events.
Yes.
And we just did it. So do you find that like weird that
that's a great
saying that now that
picture.
I'm a boss?
That's so true. I didn't even think of that, but it's so funny because especially when you go back into like, I'm about to be 44. So going back into like the 80s, there were successful women all the time, 80s, 90s, like people, you're right. Women didn't walk up into meetings and be like, I'm a boss. That's the ego. That's like her trying to prove now these days, especially with social media, her ego needs to prove that she is as strong as all the men and she can, and we don't need to show up that way. Our energy speaks louder than words. And if you're trying to convince yourself by saying I'm a boss and posting the graphics that says that you're a boss, that doesn't make you quote unquote a boss. That doesn't make your business any easier to run or clients to obtain by saying that you're the boss. Like that's your ego needing the validation that you're seeking instead of just being in exactly like you said, who you are, who God called and created you to be, instead of trying to be or fitting in, I'll say really quickly, a guiding scripture I just was reminded of it this morning in my Facebook memories, but do not conform to the ways of the world. That guided me all through 2020 into 2021, because entrepreneurship, I just got chills, especially women in entrepreneurship. It is so easy to conform to the ways of the world, to allow your ego to take over because everybody's doing this or that's what's working for everybody else. But did you ever stop to ask God, is this what I'm supposed to be doing next? Is this the next right step for me in my business and who you're asking me to serve and how you're asking me to serve people? Is this the next right thing? Or am I just doing this because this is what's trendy right now? Am I dancing crazy dances on TikTok because that's what everybody else is doing and I'm hoping to go viral? Like, I know.
Hey, I don't even know what else to say after that, because I think it's just, that's what we need to hear now for 2022, because a lot of people just repeated the history, repeated content that's on IG and TikTok. It's great. Like, don't get us wrong, we need to use those things for our business. But show up as yourself, show up, who you are. And if you don't know who you are, let's get it together. Let's rediscover yourself and figure out who you need to be, so that you can show up outside of your house in that way, but most of all inside. Let's go there. Let's talk about that, because that is major. Before we started the recording, we were talking about our children, and I think that as women, we are always putting a lot of attention on our household, right? We're always making sure that the house, I always say that as a wife, as a mother, don't leave your home uncovered just to go outside, to go reach the goals. Let's reach the goals inside of the house. And
Right.
so I think it is important, and I want to hear your point of view, you know, when you are dealing with the high performance women that's going outside the house, they're making the money. What is something that you often tell them about, you know, to maintain inside of their household?
Well, there's two parts to it that are interesting. When we go, so when we go within first, ourselves, we focus on ourselves first, go within here first,
Mhm.
and all of that will go outside of us. And so it's the same thing. You start here first, it goes out here into the household, right? We start with inside, healing ourselves inside, looking at ourselves constantly. And so I'm constantly in self-reflection, and I'm constantly telling my clients and everybody else who's following me, self-reflection, self-ownership. What is it? What is this situation showing me that I need to grow through or grow in or grow out of or release or let go? All of that energy that's shifting in me is going to affect my household, because I don't care how much money the man makes. I don't care if he makes $500 million a year and the woman makes maybe 100,000 or whatever. I don't care. The woman is the energetic pillar of the household, period, point blank. If mama's in a bad mood, everybody's about to be in a bad mood. If mama's happy, everyone's going to be joyous. Like, whatever we are feeling, our entire household is feeling this, and they are taking our lead from our energy, not just from what we're saying, not just being a model by what we're doing, but how we're managing our emotions and our energy. Our household is being dictated by that. So when we start within first, it goes out into our house. Our children will act different. Our relationship with our partner will be different. The house will look different, right? Everything will feel different in our space around us in our household. And then from there, that's the inside. Then outside in our business, it also seeps out into that. It's like a beautiful flowing river, but it starts within first. If we're not working as women from within first and working on ourselves first to heal the wounds, to do the self-reflection, to say, how do I need to grow, taking care of our body and our health every day, like mind, body, spirit, fully as women, taking ownership of that first, you surely will see that reflected in your household. And then you surely will see that reflected in your business. Either way, good or bad.
Absolutely. Y'all, I don't drop mic, turn the mic off. She said it. You've heard me say it many, many times. You heard. Yeah. Listen, confirmation, that's all you need. That's a word by itself. You don't need anything else to help you, but I will say this: if you need anything else, hey, go ahead and check out your girl. The link is going to be below. Click the link, sign up, go ahead and enroll, because it's more to it. Okay. There's levels to this, as they say. There's levels to this. But we have to, start somewhere, and we start with ourselves. And I'm glad that you did point that out, because so many times we're starting on the goals at the beginning of the year. We start, if I don't know, people still do resolutions. I don't know, but starting on ourselves. And you mentioned earlier, you talk about the soul goals. Yeah. Let's go there. Let's talk about those soul goals. What are some soul goals? What should we be doing and focus on for 2022 with our soul? Yeah.
Oh, are you ready for some good?
Okay. I felt that thing.
It's so good. It's so good, because everybody gets so focused on setting either monetary goals or something tangible that they want to see. They want to see an outcome in the goal that they're going after. And even the words, like now it's popular to choose a word and they wrap it up and say with intention, and they do, but they always have some desired outcome that they want from it. And I have been teaching, it's called Soul Goals. It's teaching how to manifest and co-create the life that you want according to God's will in your life and according to your purpose. When we focus on the worldly goals, when we focus on the money, when we focus on the, time freedom, when we focus on all of the things that we want in the world, those aren't bad. They're not, don't get me wrong. It's not bad to want things. It's bad when we focus on those first and don't focus on God first and our purpose first and ask God, what am I supposed to be doing right now? When we focus on those first, that's when it gets into that masculine energy, and we're hustling and grinding to try to achieve those things, to get all the things, instead of saying, hey, what is my soul here to do? What is God telling me I need to focus on next? because I want all of this abundance in my life. I desire to see an abundant life, abundance in all ways, right? Like abundance in health, of joy, of love, relationships, of money, of time freedom, all these things. God, what am I supposed to be focusing on first? And I taught this yesterday, and it was so powerful. Audra, I can't even tell you how powerful it was. This was divinely given to me by God just a few weeks ago. Cause I asked him, I'm like, you tell me how I'm supposed to teach this, because it's different than anything anyone's ever been taught. And so you guys will get it first, because it's literally, I only gave it to those who signed up. But I'm going to tell you what you need to focus on right now. If you're listening to this and you're ready to set soul goals, God wants to spoil you. God wants to spoil you. You better get a pen. Write this down. There are only 6 goals that you need to focus on, and 6 at a time. And that's it. The first one is God. That's in the center. Okay. God is one of your focus bubbles. I'm going to go around. He wants to spoil you. Spoil is an acronym. S is for self. What is the goal that you need to set for yourself? Self-care. I'll get into how to do this. The P is your purpose. You set a goal and your purpose. What is it that your soul is telling you to do? What is God guiding and directing you to do according to your purpose? O is for others. How are you called to serve others right now? I is staying connected to your intuition. What is your intuition? How are you staying connected to that constantly and letting that be your guiding light? And L is leadership, setting a goal in leadership in some way. And not all of these are not just choosing something to put something in there and go after it. It's actually taking the time to get in meditation, to get into prayer, to say, okay, what does my body need right now? How do I need to love on myself right now? And maybe that's scheduling a massage every week. Maybe your body physically needs that. Maybe for me, it's taking a walk every day, the long walk that I take, which is about 2 miles every day for 7 days. And it's putting a time limit on it, right? So you don't just put something in there. You ask yourself, how long? Because sometimes we set these big audacious goals, which that's fine, but our spirit isn't ready to do that yet. And our human self surely cannot connect to it. And so then at the end of the year, we're like, oh, I didn't do that either. And then it feels like we failed because we set these goals that weren't realistic according to what our human is ready for and what our spirit is saying that you need to do this right now, right? Yeah. So it's a matchup of giving it a time frame so our human self can take the action and do the thing. And it's saying, God, Holy Spirit, what am I supposed to be doing right now? What is the thing that my body needs, myself? What do I need to be doing right now? My purpose? What do I need to be doing right now for others? How do I need to be staying connected to my intuition? How do I need to be staying connected to you? God's the first one. So that will always look different. So when you put a time frame on it and give it, like, for a lot of mine are 7 days, because I don't want to stretch it out and say for 30 days, I'm going to drink water, a gallon of water that sounds terrible. And I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm not going to put things on there, just put things on there. I'm going to say they've been a range of different things. It's been green juice before. Like, my body literally was telling me, girl, you need a green juice every day for 14 days. And so I do that because I know that I know what I need, and God knows what I need and what I should be focusing on next. When we focus on those areas of life and keep replacing those goals, once we get them done, we take them out and ask, what's the next thing in this area? God will spoil you. Pinky promise. You will be spoiled. You will see the abundance flow. It's about to get crazy.
There you have it. It's about to get crazy. I took notes. Did you take notes? Okay. Amazing. Just prepare for God to spoil you, not anyone else, not your spouse.
That's right.
It's within. Let's go within. We don't need anyone else. We don't need any more, as we say, content. People are always coming up with content. We don't need any more. We need to go within now.
Yep.
And we need to do what He told us to do. It may not look like anyone else.
Nope.
But do what you're supposed to do. Show up how you need to show up for your community, so that you can be purpose driven, right?
That's right.
That's what it's about. That we are doing what we are called to do on this earth for this short period of time that we are here.
Amen.
There you have it, y'all. I don't know. I think we just delivered a whole word today.
I know. I agree.
And I hope this is an encouragement for someone, because it blessed my soul today. This was a good old word. Okay. So I
Okay.
hope that we bless hey, sow a seed.
That's right.
Click the link. No, I'll judge. Y'all know I love to have fun with you. I think that we need to laugh, not always
Yes.
cry, because we have so much going on around us that we don't need to allow it to affect inside. So laugh. Find a reason to laugh today, but not to be so serious all day.
Yeah.
Don't be so serious. Lighten up, have some fun, have some girlfriend time, and then get back and do what you need to do and use your masculine energy then. But right now we use our feminine energy. Okay?
That's right.
That's what it's about. So thank you so much for being on this episode with us. Don't worry, Monique, she'll be back. You'll be back, right?
Heck yes.
She'll be back. Okay.
I'll be back.
Hey, follow her on social media. You will also see her description below. If you are watching this podcast, click the link, apply to work with her. She has amazing groups, a powerful community of women. Download the app. I have the app on my phone. I download that. I believe in supporting in ways that I find that I can support the people that I'm connected to. So, ladies, until next time, this is Audrey Richardson, Lovingly Like a Queen. We'll see you next time.